I've done something and I'm going to tell you what it is. It's not that green, is it? So I'm going to my second class today. It's so sunny and warm and bright today, and I'm loving it because I know that it won't last that long. If I knew it's going to be like this 12 months a year, I would freak out a little bit because it is too hot, especially that we don't have any AC or fan in the flat. But because I know there's only like, 1 month left from British summer, I am enjoying it. I'm taking it all in as much as I can. So I wanted to prepare iced matcha today to go back to my room and do a little bit of studying. And I'm gonna talk and update you about what I've done the past couple of days. I've done something and I'm gonna tell you what it is. So yeah, I was saying that I've done something spontaneous, very spontaneous and crazy, and that is signing up to in-person Spanish classes from literally scratch. So I'm going to Instituto Cervantes every week, spending 3 hours there in the classroom, in-person classroom. And I'm basically learning Spanish from scratch. How crazy is that? Because obviously English is not my first language. So when I was learning English, I thought, okay, this is it. This is the last language I want to learn, and done with language learning world entirely. But fast forward to a couple of years later, here I am enrolling into Spanish classes, and nobody told me that I have to do it. It's just by choice, and I just love language learning, so it's just by choice basically. That's crazy. Like, I'm adding extra homework to my daily routine by doing this. Telling other people that I've done this, like, intentionally, without anyone forcing you to do it. They're like, girl, you're making your life very hard. But never mind. You know what? I'm young, and this is the time to do it. This is the time to learn new skills. And yeah, like, why not? I'm 29 and I've done some calculations, and by the time that I'm getting like to, you know how Spanish is like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, right? So by the time I get to, let's say, B2 level, I'm gonna be end of my 30. And that is crazy. Like, imagine like being able to speak fluent in my third language when I'm like 31. How crazy that sounds. So all of that really motivated me to finally do it. So a little bit of backstory. 5 years ago, I had a couple of sessions, like private classes, Spanish classes, because I wanted to do like a gap year in between university and go to Spain. But well, COVID didn't allow that to happen, so I didn't end up going, and I quit the lessons. So 5 years later, I thought I will never really learn this on my own, or like with online apps, or like, I don't know, like being on my own. I would not learn this because I need like an extra like I don't know, like external push, if you will, to learn something and to get things done and to practice it. I need a routine. I need somebody to tell me, okay, today you need to study these. Today you need to study these words, this grammar. You need to watch this. You need to listen to that. You need to, I don't know, do that, do this. And going to proper classes, knowing that you can trust the teacher, the process, is really a different story. I really recommend you do the same if you want to learn a skill. Put yourself in that situation that you can be around the people that are doing the same thing, rather than just sitting down at your flat and trying to do it on your own. It won't work. It might work, but it takes you longer. Makes you disappointed throughout the journey, if you know what I mean. So anyway, it turns out that I can't multitask. If you really want to learn something, try to put yourself in a situation that you can talk to other people about it, and you can be around people that are doing the same thing and have the same goals as you have. And that's exactly what I did. So I always walk past the Instituto Cervantes in Deansgate, Manchester, when I want to go literally anywhere, because I live in the city centre. And I'm always like this, like it's been like a decade that I'm walking past that, and I'm like, I really want to go inside and ask a couple of questions. And I did one day. I'm really glad I did. I went inside and asked a couple of questions from the reception. And they gave me like the timetable and stuff like that. And then I read about how the course works on their website. And I really had a moment of talking to myself and like trying to make a plan and like a commitment plan for myself that I'm not going to quit this, because it is quite expensive, let me tell you. If you want to do it like proper classes, like in-person classes, it's if you want to do it like at the evenings, it's £280 per term, which is like 2 months if you do it like weekly. But if you do it during the day, it's a bit cheaper. It's like £240. Oops, sorry. So I went for the 240, and I got a little bit of discount as well. So this is a trick actually for you. If you want to enroll in Instituto Cervantes course, instead of like enrolling in the actual institute, do it online. And there's like a drop down in the website when you want to do the checkout, and it gives you 5% discount if you are a new student or if you are a returning student, one of them. And you get like 5%. So I ended up paying, long story short, I ended up paying £228 for one term, which has 30 hours of in-person lessons. Okay. Yeah, I knew if I overthink it, I wouldn't sign up. So I just made a like commitment to myself that I am going to do this, because I really love how it sounds. And that might sound like ridiculous to say it, to put so much commitment, so much hours of learning into something just because the way a language sounds. But the truth is that I always see myself that in future, when I want to like start a family of my own, I want to live somewhere that has a better weather than England. One of the places that I have in my mind is Spain. There's a high chance that my mom and dad wants to go to Spain and just live there for like permanently. This is a really good opportunity for me to start learning the language, especially that it's summer and it's like good weather and I can like walk to the class, and days are longer and I can finish my classes later in the day and it's still daylight, and I love that. Anyway, so I thought this is a really good time to do it. So and I went to my very first in-person lesson a week ago, and I loved it. It was like 3 hours. The teacher was lovely. All of their teachers are native speakers, and you can literally see how they speak and how their accent is, and that's really good, because the way I learned English was like with it wasn't with like British teachers, you know what I mean? It was with like people who do not, people who English is not their first language. But when I'm sitting at the Spanish class and knowing that the way the teacher is speaking is the actual native way of saying things is so like nice to know that. That's enough, I think. Yeah, I was saying it was like 3 hours and you get a little bit of break in the middle. And because the classes are not too busy, it was like literally, it was like 8 of us in the class. And like from different ages, I was really surprised that people were like starting from like 25, 26 until 60, 65. And I was so inspired by the guy who was like 65 and he was retired and he was like starting from scratch learning Spanish. But yeah, it was like a very, very nice experience of being able to talk to people in Spanish and practice all of the tasks in the book with real people rather than talking to yourself at home in front of a mirror. So tomorrow is the second one, and I have this habit of preparing beforehand. So I'm just going to go through all of the things that our teacher is going to go through tomorrow before, like today, and prepare myself for it. Really good recommendation for you if you're trying to learn a language is to mix your in-person classes with like additional materials, such as watching Spanish series or films with English subtitle or Spanish subtitle, and listening to Spanish music or reading books in Spanish or reading newspaper in Spanish, you know, like mixing it with extra resources, not just relying on the class, because that way you won't progress that much, you know. Also, I'm pairing it with Duolingo as well, and I'm spending like half an hour a day on Duolingo, and it's so much fun. I've already know how to order drinks in a coffee shop in Spanish, and I'm going to be showing you the material, what I'm studying, and all of that. And you're going to do a little bit of study with me. So make your beverage of the day. Mine is a iced matcha. And join me in my room for a little bit of study with me. Cheers. It's not that green, is it? I added too much milk, I think. It has a hint of matcha, not too much. It tastes more like milk. But it's so nice. Any iced drink these days are nice. It's funny that the living room looks like it's still daylight, and my room, my bedroom, looks like it's evening. Yeah, my room doesn't get too much sun. But anyway, I need to sit down at my desk. I can't do it in the living room, although the living room sounds better now for the video, but we're gonna keep it realistic. So I have my laptop in front of me because I like to check words from ChatGPT or, you know, from Google and what they mean while I'm studying. This is the book. This is the book they teach you from. It's called, not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, it's Uno Aula Internacional Plus. And it's the hybrid version, so it has the MP3 audio things, audiobook access, audio access inside it. So it's here. You have to you have to scratch this code, and then you'll get 1 year access to the MP3 version of the book. I got this book from Amazon for it was on sale. I got it for £38. And this book basically covers 2 terms. So it covers all A1. Half of it is for A11 course, which I'm doing at the minute. And the other half of the book is for A12. So imagine, if you know this book, basically, you can go for DLA exam and get A1 certificate, basically. And throughout the lesson, she was handing photocopies of different things, different tasks, like, for example, the alphabet, and name of countries who speak Spanish, or how to introduce yourself, or how to say where you're from, and these kind of things. And something that was really, really practical and useful was she gave us a couple of questions that we can ask in Spanish rather than asking them in English, such as ¿Cómo se escribe for how to write something? ¿Cómo se dice for how to say something in Spanish, for example? Such as, for example, ¿Cómo se dice chair? Which means how to say chair in Spanish. Or ¿Qué significa silla? What does it mean? You know? So this way we won't be speaking any English in the class, and all is going to be in Spanish this way. And yeah, from the beginning, our teacher was speaking in Spanish, and I loved that way of teaching, like immersing yourself into the language. But she was speaking a little bit of English every now and then, but she was trying to keep it mostly in Spanish.
Once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me, but I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours, each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason to live. It's sad how the seasons change, sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. So sad how the seasons change, sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's it's over. So once in a while I dream. Pardon my plea, but would you allow if once in a while I once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me. But I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours. Each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason to live. It's sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. So sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. Pardon my plea, but would you allow if once in a while I once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me. But I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours. Each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason to live. It's sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. So sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. Pardon my plea, but would you allow if once in a while I dream? Once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me. But I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours. Each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason to live. It's sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. So sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. Pardon my plea, but would you allow? Once in a while dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me. But I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours. Each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason to live. It's sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. So sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream.
So here we go. Aims for the course is to study modern and contemporary Spanish in order to gain a deeper insight into Spanish life and culture, to enable you to develop your language skills to a level appropriate to your competence, to provide you with the necessary tools to become an autonomous learner, participate as part of a team or group. And then lessons. Oh, we're gonna do lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the book, such as communicative contents, greetings, farewells, asking and leaving personal information, expressing intentions and interests, describing places, shopping, using different resources for communication, linguistic content such as numbers and the alphabets. They already taught us the numbers like from 0 to 10 and all of the alphabet. Gender, number and agreement, present tense, articles and demonstratives, question words, vocabulary, jobs and nationalities, places and weather, pronunciation, vowels and consonants. And I think we don't really have an exam like in a traditional way of like at the end of the course we have an exam. We won't have an exam. The way it works is it says, please note that attendance is essential obviously for the learning purposes. During the course, you will complete a set of tasks, both in the classroom and for homework, which will be part of your continuous assessment. Should this assessment show that you have difficulties to go on to the next level, your teacher will advise you on the options you have available. So during the course, they will give us like assignments, homework, stuff like that, and then they will assess you based on those things rather than just like a solid at the end of term exam, which is better, right? Which is better. You have like several chances of showing yourself. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for sticking along and study with me. I hope to see you in the next video. So I'm going to my second class today. Today is the next day after that studying vlog that you saw. And I wanted to get there a bit earlier, so I have time to study in the library, but I'm kind of getting there on time. So that's the Instituto Cervantes, that's the Spanish flag there. It's such a good location, so if you're commuting by tram, there's literally a tram stop like 2 minutes further down that Deansgate Road. Yeah, it's such a good location if you're commuting with like public transport. For me, it's like walking. So I'm getting there just on time. So it's in Liverpool Road. When you come inside, there's like this library, and then my class is upstairs.